very good afternoon. So I would be speaking on YAG-PI is not needed for most of our PACS. So if you look onto angle-closure disease, it is actually a disease spectrum which initiates as a primary angle-closure suspect and progresses on eventually to primary angle-closure glaucoma related blindness. So as we are discussing PACS, so PACS is basically 180 degrees or more of trabecular contact on indentation gonioscopy with a normal IOP without any disc or field changes. So our aim per se is to do early diagnosis and management in most of our cases. So once we make the diagnosis, the next question that comes to us is, should we treat them? So to understand this question, we should know the magnitude of the patients who are suffering from primary angle closure disease in our country. So if we look into the data, around 27.6 million people are suffering from PACD. And we plan to laser almost all of our PACS patients. It means that we have to almost laser all of these patients, which means that we have to, we would be lasering 1 in every 6 patient who comes to us due to the existing population. And this actually means that it leads to a great economical burden on the existing but limited healthcare system. So to understand to answer our question, we should know what is the natural course of the disease. If we follow up a case of PACS, it has been noted that only 22% progress over a period of 5 years, and into PAC, and if those are followed up, around 30% followed to PACG. So if you look at this number, the rest of the 80%, they usually do not progress. If you look at the global literature, again, PACG is common in China. So the Zhongshan Angle Closure Prevention Trial had studied the natural history of PACS. Although the major limitation of the study is that they had taken PACS patients after excluding the patients after a provocative test, but still it does gives us information onto the natural history of PACS and the use of LPI. So they have noted after studying enrolling 889 patients and doing LPI in one eye and observation in the other arm, they noted that in PACS patients, the rate of developing raised IOP, pass or angle closure was less than 1%. And they concluded that in view of the low incidence rate of angle closure glaucoma, the benefit of doing a prophylactic PI is limited, and therefore widespread prophylactic PI is not recommended. So, so our question was should we treat all of them? So now we have come to know that we should treat only indicated patients. So our next question is whom to treat. So for this, we should be treating patients who have fellow eye of PAC, case of fellow eye of PAC or PACG, because the literature shows that around 50% of these eyes, if left untreated, leads to angle closure glaucoma. And other high risk patients are patients of glaucoma, patients requiring frequent dilatation, like those patients having a retinal pathology, patients having difficulty in follow-up, patients having a positive provocative test, any patient who's on systemic medications which may provoke pupillary block, such patients may be considered. And to conclude, I would like to say that our main aim is to do a good clinical examination and diagnose such patients, to educate the patients and to keep the patients on a regular follow-up, and to do a YAG-PI only when indicated. YAG-PI, though relatively safe, has its own limited side effects. So to conclude, I would like to say that we should perform PI in PACS only when indicated, and we should prefer to educate our patients and monitor them regularly rather than lasering all the patients who are being diagnosed, because this will indirectly increase the burden on the existing but limited medical or healthcare system. Thank you.
Thanks, Deva. Can I request Dr. Ramanjeet Sehota to please give the final verdict on this? It's a pleasure to hear from the master.
Both speakers, I basically said we need to do an iridotomy where indicated, so high risk. I think I would like to reiterate that about at least a quarter of us as Indians walk around with narrow angles. However, only about 2 to 5% develop any kind of primary angle closure disease. So definitely we don't need to treat every single PACS we see, but also think that all the patients that come to us as glaucoma specialists only come to us when they've actually got very advanced disease. So you have to err a little bit more on the side of iridotomy than you would maybe in the UK or in Singapore, where everybody is very close to a hospital. So keeping in mind that, the high risk in our situation would include ladies who live in some village and would find it difficult to come back, I think then you have to change your high risk criteria and include these in it as well. Also, I would again reiterate that the only problems that have been faced with an iridotomy are those where an organ and a YAG iridotomy or only an organ iridotomy have been done. ND-YAG iridotomies have been very, very safe.